I think what I've been enjoying the most out of this all so far has been seeing how Far Cry started, and just how it progressed into the game and almost the genre it is today. Far Cry 1 felt so alien to the later Far Cry games in a menagerie of ways. It often felt too much like a joke sometimes. It brought mutant monsters into the mix. The main character spoke like a dub actor for some shonen character. Far Cry 2 flew in the exact opposite direction. It was immersive, realistic, jarring, and absolutely not my cup of tea. In a good way though. Far Cry 2 has no HUD whatsoever. Your world map is something you pull open as a character. Your fast traveling is through a physical bus stop. And that's not what my problem is. I like that a lot. I love when games implement mechanics into the game world. My issue with Far Cry 2 is that it's boring to me. I enjoy driving around as much as the next guy, but Far Cry 2 has too much time with me behind the wheel of my car rather than behind the iron sights of my rifle. Although I did do a lot of that too. Far Cry 2 throws you into this massive world and says, alright, have some fun. Much to the difference of Far Cry 1's small island, Far Cry 2 gives you a much larger, more densely populated map. You are in Africa. You were sent as a mercenary among others to kill Jackal, a gun smuggler who was inciting the civil war of the place we are now entering. We get there, we get malaria, and then Jackal sneaks into our room and gives us a speech delivered so rushed it sounded like he not only ate a day-old chalupa and was about to shit his pants and the walls, but somebody was at the same time putting a deagle to his temple and forcing him to read these lines.
Can you imagine you go through the trouble of kidnapping some guy and he just completely ruins the chair he's on? How do you even proceed after that? Like, do you just let the poor sap go?
Murderers have a hard job, dude. Then you just kind of do whatever you want. The story missions show up along with a ton of side missions, and a lot of these missions are incredibly repetitive. I lost interest in playing this game for fun about an hour or so in. That doesn't mean I didn't continue to have fun moments, I did, but the core gameplay loop just wasn't something that really worked for me. The plot is okay, nothing really to write home about. Spoilers, right now, I'm about to say some spoilers. Jackal ends up being the good guy by the end. You know, typical kind of like bad guy ends up being a good guy stuff. Not really all that complicated at all. But if you really like spending a shit ton of time exploring a really pretty world, this game is 10 fucking years old. Over that, I believe now. And it's still gorgeous. It's definitely quite the jump to go from 1 to 2. Like, there is a very clear improvement in gameplay and in just everything. It's a humongous improvement. And this game was excellent to play. I really did have fun with the bits that I did enjoy. But it was too much that was just not enough for me, you know. I know that a lot of the times Far Cry 2 is pretty divisive for people. You either really like it or you really don't. And I happen to be on the side that doesn't really live for this kind of thing. And I'm excited to move on to Far Cry 3 next week. I'm sorry that this one came about a week later than I was planning. The game took me a little longer to finish because I was losing a lot of interest. Anyways, that'll do it for me today. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. And don't die, or I will crawl down into hell with you and slap you across your gorgeous cheeks.